Can I bring this up? And I don't want to be a stick in the mud. And I know you guys are going to accuse me of being a stick in the mud. But I want you to hear me out, okay?
What's wrong with a stick in the mud?
I'm the guy that wants to kill everybody's rainbows and slaughter their unicorns and everything. I am happy that the Pistons got the number 1 pick. I am happy. That's a good thing. And I understand why people are happy. I do. I really, truly do. But do you know what it guaranteed the Pistons? Nothing.
Oh.
It guaranteed them nothing.
Can't you just be...
Thanks, Sean.
Can't you just be positive?
I'm happy. Do you understand? I am happy. But do you know what it reminds me of, Joik? We had this conversation after the unbelievable deal by the Lions with the Rams, okay? And again, whether you want to admit this or not, the beauty of that deal is the draft picks, okay? Right. That's how you get yourself out of the rut. And I said the same thing then, so at least I'm being consistent. You know what? The trade looks good, but we can't say that this is a complete win for the Lions until the Lions make those picks count. And that is what's on Troy Weaver now. Am I happy? Yes. Is it something where I understand why people were celebrating? Yes. Is it one less thing that we have to say Detroit versus everybody about? Yes. But you know what? Now is the hard part. Troy, and by the way, let me say, I have faith in Troy, okay? We've established that. Troy has to make the right pick, Cade Cunningham, and then that right pick, Cade Cunningham, has to come in here and play like the Cade Cunningham that we thought Cade Cunningham was going to be. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm not being a stick in the mud, because, Joik, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, I'm not doing my job unless I point out to you we're celebrating the Pistons being arguably the worst team in the league.
What's bad about that if we head in the right direction?
I hope so too. And I have faith that Troy's going to do it, but that's why I'm going to say my celebration isn't last night. My celebration isn't even when they announce Cade Cunningham. You know when my celebration starts? When that kid takes the court and you go, holy shit, he is the real deal.
All right, my question.
Oh my gosh. That's when my celebration and drooling starts.
Okay. All right. So we all know that in order to have a winning franchise, you need a player that you can build around and put players around, and have a player on your team that other players want to come here and play with. Now I'm not putting him on LeBron status, but if you see a lot of guys like to go and play with LeBron because of his knowledge of the game, when it comes to basketball, he's a physical specimen. When it comes to this game of basketball, a 6'8", 255-pounder who's going in there, who can dribble and handle the court, handle the ball like a point guard. You going guys like that. And so bringing a guy to a team to Detroit, we have to bring a guy here that's able to kind of have that hype about him. And then when he gets you on the court, he's proving it on the court. When we sit back and you say we're not celebrating, that was a victory last night. It was a victory. What we do with this pick is going to be, depending on who we pick, is going to decipher if that was a victory or not when we have the draft. And then when they come out during the season, let's see if we can put the pieces to the puzzle to make this athlete that we just drafted successful.
I agree with everything you said except for the victory part. Everything you said, just take out the word victory, because it doesn't mean anything if you don't make that pick count.
It doesn't mean anything if you don't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the opportunity, so you have to celebrate the small victories. I remember, I'm gonna tell you this. My mom used to tell me this growing up. My mom used to tell me this. Appreciate the small victories, because those small victories turn into big victories. And so last night, it might have been a small victory. You might not celebrate it, but it's still a small victory.
I think that's our loser mentality in town.
It's not a loser.
I do. No, absolutely. It is. It's people glorifying the Jim Caldwell era is my case in point. I
don't think that's what I'm saying. But
but I know you're not. But that's what we're apt to do in this town. We take something that shouldn't be celebrated the way that it is, and we put it on a pedestal because we're so woefully lacking in so many regards. And
I'm gonna ask you
that's
this
just
question.
realism.
I'm gonna ask you this question: if Jim Caldwell had that 2014 team 2 years back to back, do you think he makes more noise the second year? So he say he was to come in 2013 with almost the identical team and take a team that had just went 7-9 and flipped it around, and then we go 11-5 with the same team in 1 year versus a coach who had a similar team for 3 years.
I don't know. I don't know.
And so I wouldn't put Jim.
I don't know.
I wouldn't put Jim Caldwell in that era because even with the teams he had after the 2014 season, wasn't as good as the 2014 roster, in my opinion. I mean, but
you were there.
I was there. That was in my opinion.
But again, at the end of the day, I can't base my opinions on what might have been. I can base my opinions on what was. And what I know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is it wasn't good enough. And so, listen, I want because even somebody from Woodward said, how am I being pessimistic? I think the kid's going to be a stud. I do. All right? But are they picking him? Do we know for sure? Well, this is to your point, Joy. It's not very often that you get a consensus number one pick. It sounds like this is the consensus number one pick. It sounds like Cade Cunningham has kind of become the consensus number one pick. I think the kid's a stud. I think he's going to be very good. Let's pick him. Let's see how it plays out. I mean, this is the thing, and I don't believe this, okay? But here's the flip side to that. How many guys have we got excited about that we thought were going to be the savior of the franchise, fill in the blank, that weren't? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I get it. I'm not raining on anybody's parade. And to me, again, this goes back to like what we were talking about with the Lions the other day. If I was pessimistic, I would say, you people are out of your mind celebrating that. No, I get it. I get it. But I'm also not doing my job unless I point out, okay, do we know that they're going to take this kid? Do we know that this kid is going to be that franchise piece? We think he is. We think they are. We think he is. And this could be, we might look back on yesterday, June 22nd, 3 years from now and go, holy shit, the whole franchise changed on that day. We might. Or we might look back and go, holy shit, we took Darko 2.0. Nobody considers that. It's weird. I'm sorry, it's weird.
But the thing is, this is going to be the issue, though. Once he gets here, and say he doesn't have the best rookie year, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't have the explosive rookie year like other rookies, like a Morant or something like that. But he comes in, then we say, you know what? He's a rookie. Give him some more time, and then he pulls the Ben Simmons.
He can't miss too, right? I mean, and that's the point that I'm making. I'm not raining on anybody's parade. I'm not being a stick in the mud. To me, now, okay, is Cade the real deal? Is he everything that we think him to be? When he starts to show that, I couldn't agree with you more. The propensity for people today, sports fans today, to just throw somebody out after a short amount of time blows my mind. And simultaneously, yet give Al Avila years and years and years to be nothing but mediocre.
He should be all pro his rookie year.
It doesn't work that way, man. Or very rarely it does. All right, we'll get your thoughts. He's Joyke Bell. I'm Sean Baligian. This is Woodward Sports. Did somebody really say that I'm playing a role?
Yeah, they say you're playing a bit.
You don't know. Dude, you don't know me. You don't. The day that I ever do something like that, I will quit this business cold.
Okay, Stephen A. Smith.
I will never, ever go on the air. I will never, ever. I will
Come on,
never,
Skip.
ever, ever
Skip,
do
you know
that.
I love LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, Skip.
I will never, ever.
Great player all the time.
If anything, to that person, whoever that person was, maybe you haven't been a viewer long because I said the exact same thing about the Stafford deal.
You did.
When everybody around here was running around with their pants around their ankles, we had 70 Penguins around here with their pants around their ankles, right? I literally sat back and said, okay, guys, I like the deal too, but you know what? The hard work's coming now. What are you talking about? Hater! Hater!
You know what it was?
You actually have to make the picks count.
No.
Unlike
Did they make the
Pistons,
picks
we
count?
don't know what the picks are.
Hold up, real quick. Did we make the pick count? Do we make our picks count?
We'll find out.
No. Sean, were you happy with this year's draft?
With the Lions draft?
Yes.
Yes.
Were you happy?
Yes.
But Sean, you could use that same argument and say we don't know yet.
We don't know where the Rams are going to finish. Therefore, we don't know what the pick is going to be. Again, let me say this. I like what I've seen out of Troy Weaver so far. I like what I've seen out of Brad Holmes so far. But let's wait and see what those picks are and how those picks transpire. And thank you. Whoever said this, you're a nice human being. Mark said, this is logic, people. Sean is using logic. He's not thinking with his heart and emotion. You have to take emotion out of the equation. And it's very hard for somebody like me who is very emotional. I don't know if you knew that.
Right.
But my job is to take emotion out of the equation. So again, let me reiterate, because people love to misconstrue. I am very happy the Pistons got pick number 1. I am very happy if they walk to the podium and yell out the name Cade Cunningham. Okay? Just like I am happy with the Matthew Stafford trade. It had to happen. But the hard part is now making the picks count. That is the hard part.
Here we go, Skip. Random Dancing said, you're not playing a role. You and Drake were paired to be like Shannon and Skip.
That's racist.
Whoa.
That's
whoa,
racist.
I will quit.
Racist.
I will quit. I told you I don't say his name. I haven't said his name in a good decade.
You do not like Skip at all, do you?
Who?
Can we? Okay, you guys are being
Rip Rayless?
Sean, you're being very pessimistic.
I'm not being
listen,
pessimistic.
You've been belligerent right now.
But you're being belligerent.
Oh, no, look at my thing.
Let's play some clips of people.
Very militant right now.
Let's play some clips of people giving their emotions, including.
These are my emotions. We got
Here we go.
the first overall pick. Here we go.
Shout out to Kool-Aid Detroit Drew.
So Ben.
Look at
It's the greatest day of all their
Look
lives.
at him.
Look at that.
Why are you doing the gorilla on my table?
Right. Now there's that one. Now Detroit Drew went outside in the Birmingham streets.
Peace, what's going on, man? We're live here at Woodward. The Pistons got the first overall pick, and to celebrate, I already got one. Go ahead and toss the second one.
Stone Cold
We're gonna go ahead and
style.
do a little beer bash. We did this for 4K. We do this on special occasions. Let me go ahead and get this going, man. Woodward Sports, baby. Let's go!
Let's go!
And now here's Jalen Rose celebrating.
Jalen Rose, yeah, I saw it.
There he is. Look at him. He's got that whole bar. This was great. This one right here, Comerica Park. When they found out, it was put on the big screen, and you can see this here. Look at that. Guy can barely keep the camera straight. The number 1 pick.
Look at that, man. Look
And
at everyone
then-
enjoying, celebrating the small victories.
And then there's Sean. I'm joking, Sean. Please invite me to your Golden
I'm not.
Palace.
Listen, I want you all to know. I don't begrudge you of feeling that way. I get it. This has been an incredibly dark period for our sports teams. In my lifetime, this has been the worst period ever, and that's saying a lot because I'm 800 years old. So I am not begrudging you. I am not begrudging you of your excitement. What I don't understand is how you can begrudge people like me for saying, well, it's nice, but now go draft this kid and let this kid be everything that he's supposed to be.
Now, it's a difference.
Pardon
Sean.
me if
Sean,
I don't join your party until that happens.
Sean, now, earlier you said it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
It does mean something, right? Because it gives us an opportunity, right?
Doesn't.
We can't. It gives us an opportunity to make that
All right.
pick.
So Joy, let's go to the logical conclusion of this. If this kid is Darko 2.0, what did it mean?
If I'm not speaking of hypotheticals.
Okay, no,
And these are hypotheticals.
No, but you're basing your entire premise on a hypothetical. It gives us a chance.
No,
that is
that's
that
not
is a
no,
hypothetical.
no. That's not a hypothetical.
Oh.
No, it's not because
A chance isn't a hypothetical. You learn something new every day.
No. What's not? No, we have a chance at the number one pick
I have a
until
chance at
last night.
monkeys to
Now we
fly
have
out
the
of my
number one
ass.
pick. Now we
They're
have
good.
the
Here
number
they
one
go.
pick,
Uh-oh.
Sean. Now
Here
we
they
have the number
come.
one pick. That's not a hypothetical. We have it. It's secured. Up until last night, it was
And-
a hypothetical.
and
But now,
what
it's
happens
secured.
if it's
All right.
Darko?
But that's a hypothetical.
Why are you going to me?
Chance is a
We're going back.
hypothetical.
No, it's not a chance anymore because we have it.
Okay,
We have the number one pick.
All
me
right,
ask
so if
you-
the number one pick means nothing, then what?
Let me ask you both something. How long? So say we do get Cade, right? He starts the season. Sean,
Yes.
what is your prediction? How many games will it take until we start to see the real Cade? Do you see it within the first season?
No, see, but this
It
is
takes time.
This is the difference. You see, Art, I'm glad you brought that up. I agree with you. This is the difference between me and a lot of people, and we went through this conversation with the Lions. I can simultaneously say I like the direction the Lions are going, and say it's going to be 2 years from now. And what do people say? Well, you're a hater. You're being a pessimist. And no. Wait. If I said they suck, this is awful, I'm not saying anything. Same thing. So the same logic applies here with Troy Weaver, okay? And I have consistently said this. This is going to take time. Even with the first pick overall, even if this kid turns out to be all that, this is going to take time. And I'm cool with that. I get it. You know why? Because I believe in the people in charge. I do. I really do. And I need to remind people, I think we all believed in Joe Dumars. You know what a famous quote was around here? In Joe we trust. Do you guys remember that? That happened. That was real. And you know what? Darko, and then his insistence on Rodney Stuckey, and then what happened. And so this is not a bad thing. Celebrate. Go have fun. All of that stuff. Pour 2 beers out of your mouth and yell "Let's go" like you're a maniac. Do all of that, okay? I'm not begrudging you of that. Pardon me if I don't wait until the team's good.
Sean, Joik Bell is coming at you on YouTube. He said, "What's wrong with Sean spelled the right way?"
At least I spelled the right way.
Can't believe that, Joik Bell. but realistically,
I think that's a fake account.
Yeah, but realistically though, Sean,
It wasn't me. It was somebody took over my account. No way. It was me. It wasn't me.
I don't want to
But
misconstrue
Matt,
your
didn't you
words.
buy the chairs?
No. I'm not as good as Sean, but it's pretty good.
I don't want to misconstrue your words, but again, are you excited for the franchise for winning the lottery? I mean, we won the lottery.
won the lottery.
The lottery, we won.
But that's a hypothetical, though. It's a hypothetical.
Sean, comment?
He's pissed.
You guys are nuts. I have no other. You have no other. How many other teams have won the lottery and it's turned into nothing?
A bunch.
I don't know what to tell you. This is real.
How many teams have won the lottery and it turned into something special?
It could. That's my whole
A handful?
point. Yes. The whole freaking thing is a hypothetical. Yes. We get it.
The
Yes,
player,
we're
the
picking
player
the
you
little
pick
team on.
is a hypothetical on whether they're going to be good or not. You winning the lottery and then having that after you have it is not a hypothetical.
Guarantees nothing.
It guarantees you have the first pick.
And that guarantees nothing.
It guarantees you have the pick of the litter.
And
The
that
first pick of the litter.
guarantees nothing.
Yes.
I just
First
I don't
pick
know
can
how
be a
else to say it.
bust.
Fish, thank you.
And who
Thank
fault would
you.
that be? Yours or the person who drafted?
That would be the Pistons' fault, which would be our fault for going crazy.
Oof.
It won't be our fault for going crazy.
Well, then we have to ask: is the right man in
Okay.
charge if that happens?
I just
Are we
learned
allowed
with
to do that?
Sean. With Sean, I get you now, and I understand. Just like with me in relationships, when you get hurt so many times, it's hard to keep going and be motivated.
No, I'm taking-
You've
That's
been
true.
hurt so
I'm
many
taking
times.
emotion completely out of the equation.
Bullshit.
Yes, I
Sean.
am. 100%.
Sean.
This is an undeniable. Listen, here, let me give you an example, okay? I'm being deadly serious when I say this. I can't read that. What is
The
it?
name Sean is a hypothetical because it would be spelled
That's true.
S-H-A-U.
Yeah. Here, let me give you. Do you know what this is eerily similar to for me? And I hope some people remember this. The Lions drafted this can't miss wide receiver named Mike Williams, and I swear to God, the people in this town went nuts. And I was so mad on the air. I literally, and people accused me, you're doing this on purpose. You're playing a role and things like that. And Mike Williams was a Pringles and Cheetos and Fritos loving, lazy dog.
Those are good food, Sean.
And that's what, they're not good for football players, so fish. When Joik would go to the snack table, they didn't have the latest assortment of Fritos and Cheetos and Pringles on the table.
That is true.
And that's what I'm saying. I get it. Be happy. Be happy. This is great. And I listen, point blank, I think this kid's going to be a really good player. But what people are acting like, let's plan the parade. And I'm sorry. No.
I don't think it's plan a parade. That's not what we're doing. What we're saying is we're happy with these small victories because we didn't have too many victories this year. So let us enjoy these. Let's get this victory. Let's get another victory during the draft. Let's get another victory during the draft. And then let's take that same energy into the next season. And the energy you give her, the energy you give her right now is bitter Pistons fan.
I mean, let's be honest.
Bitter
Yes,
Pistons fan.
I have a lot to do with the Pistons winning and losing. The fuck are you talking about, man?
Well,
It had nothing to do with me.
you keep comparing them to the Lions, which I feel isn't a fair comparison because clearly one person cannot make a football team. But when there's only 5 players on the court and one of them is a freaking all-star, that can really change the entire team around.
Kennedy, I get you weren't born when Darko was drafted, but it's very similar to Darko. And the Pistons were the NBA champions the next year, and the future was so bright because they had their little can't-miss Darko, and Darko was awful.
You've been hurt before.
And it hurt, and it put this franchise in a tailspin, quite frankly. So I'm not just basing it on the Lions. I'm basing it on a lot of different things, that there are no guarantees. There just isn't. And that's why, again, you guys call me names, do whatever you want. I don't care. But the one thing I want you to remember, okay, while you're doing all that, is go, at least that dumbass is consistent. Because I said the exact same thing about the Stafford deal.
That is true.
The exact same thing.
Yeah.
I like the deal. I like having number one. Now the hard part comes.
No.
You got to make it count.
Now, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, because I don't want to misquote you. But what you said is that we can get a player, all right? We can get a player in during the draft for the Pistons, and it's not going to mean anything until the season starts. We see what they can do on the court, correct?
Yeah, but it's going to take a couple years.
Okay.
We can't make. There's no automatic. He's a stud. He's great.
Get there, Sean. Let me finish. We're gonna get there. What? All right.
I'm sorry. Keep going. Just.
And so with the Lions, you said the same thing with the Lions, but you like the picks with the Lions that we have. You say you were happy with the draft. Now, what's the difference between being happy with our draft picks, right now? I'm just asking, and being happy with the Pistons draft pick. Well, you're not going to be happy with the Pistons draft pick until you see what they do during the season, correct?
The Lions haven't used the picks that they got from the Rams yet.
Okay. All right.
We don't know, and I don't know how the Rams are going to finish. The Rams might finish as Super Bowl champions. Let's play a game of pretend. Okay, let's run through every scenario. The Rams might finish as Super Bowl champions and have pick 32, and the Lions have pick 32. But it would be good because then they'd have pick 1, pick 32, pick 33, so they'd have 3 picks in the top 33.
Yeah. Okay.
Being swarmy there, sorry.
Okay. Hypothetical.
Yeah. They might pick 20, and that's. I don't know what that draft pick is. I don't know where it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know. So that's a point that I'm making. In theory, yes, of course you're happy with an extra draft choice. Of course you're happy with number 1. But the hard part is making the pick count.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I'm saying. Do I think that Cade is the real deal? Yes, I do. I totally do. And you know what? Like a lot of other people, I thought that Darko was part of the new NBA and was going to be something with this franchise to this day. And that's why I'm not a general manager. And that's the point that I'm making. Guys, yes, be happy. But the hard part is now. The hard part is now. And that's picking the right guy and having that kid be everything that you wanted that kid to be. That's the hard part.